Welcome back to News Center. I'm Will Moore with this week's Vulcan Sports Report. This past weekend's football game marked the opening of conference play in the PSAC West as the California Vulcans welcomed the winless Golden Eagles into the friendly confines of Adamson Stadium. Let's take a look at the highlights. Blimp Watch 2011 was in effect at Adamson Stadium as the Goodyear blimp passed over, but there was a lot of action through the air, and it starts with Lollick threading the needle. Peter Lollick to Chedrick Cherry, a 16-yard touchdown, gives California the early 7-0 lead. And it would continue to get worse as on the very next drive, Brandon Akins, the running back, would fumble for Clarion. It would be scooped up by Steve Santia, and he would take it 35 yards back for the touchdown and watch the big men dance in the end zone. The referee learns a costly lesson on this play that you don't get in the way of celebrating defensive linemen as he gets taken out here. Nevertheless, it's 14-0 California. On the next, or later on in the game here, it'd be Peter Lollick dropping back, going deep, 56 yards to Thomas Mayo, and after the missed Cody Nuzzo extra point, it would be 20-0, but California and Thomas Mayo are rolling in this one. Second half, Jeff Knox would get a 1-yard touchdown rush. An interesting play there from the defensive back for California, getting in lieu of the injured Edwin Gowans. Clarion's John Fuhrer would punch in their first touchdown of the game to make it 27-6. Despite Jeff Knox saying it was fumbled, the referees ruled otherwise, and Knox would get back in on the action, identical to his first touchdown rush, a second carry for another yard, 2 yards, 2 touchdowns for him. Peter Lollick, perhaps they should call him Peter Lolick, LOL, as he and Thomas Mayo are laughing at the Clarion defense. A 65-yard touchdown pass to Thomas Mayo, and that would make it 40-13. The California Vulcans would hold on despite this touchdown run of Clarion's own. California manages to hold on to a 40-13 lead, and they improve to 1-0 in the PSAC West as they continue to look better and better, increasing their ranking to the top 25. Peter Lollick, 23 of 31 for 350 yards, 3 touchdowns and an interception. He's the PSAC West Offensive Player of the Week. Thomas Mayo had another great game, 7 receptions, 164 yards, and 2 touchdowns of his own. Taking a look at the top 25 rankings, you can see highlighted in the yellow are teams in the same super region as California. Shepherd sits up at number 3. PSAC East rival Bloomsburg at 5. Kutztown at 12. California improves a spot to number 16 this week in the AFCA poll. The Vulcan women's soccer team entered Wednesday night's home match with the Gannon Golden Knights with a 5-0-1 record in the midst of a season that has seen the team achieve its highest ever ranking. Let's head up to the Phillipsburg Soccer Complex for the highlights. It's Paula Jackson getting things started here for the Vulcans, one of the greatest all-time goalies Cal's ever seen. But it would be Erin Hogan passing off to Brianna Robinson, and she would pick up her 6th goal of the season to give California the early lead, 1-0. A very nice pass and a very nice goal from Hogan to Robinson. Carly Work would intercept this pass, and she has been doing work all season long for the Vulcans. Her 8th goal of the season makes it 2-0. California is starting to pull away from Gannon. The Golden Knights trying to climb back into it, but there would be none of that as Sarah DiBenedetto would find Carly Work again, and Work putting in overtime as she gets her 2nd goal of the game, her 9th of the season, to make it 3-0 California. They're running away with this one up at the old Booster Field. Chelsea Crockett would finish it off for California, passing it over here off the corner to Kelsey Russo, and watch Russo give up the body, getting the header, putting California up. Her 1st goal of the season makes it 4-0. Take another look at the replay here, and you can see the dedication here, taking the shoulder block from the goaltender from Gannon. Nevertheless, it's a goal. California wins this game 4-0. Carly Work, 2 goals. Robinson picked up a goal. Russo had a goal. And Paula Jackson made 7 saves, picking up yet another shutout. She has been phenomenal, and the Vulcans are 3rd in the country. Look out. Taking a look at the NCSSA poll, it's Bridgeport sitting up at number 1, UC San Diego at 2, and look right there, number 3, California. They were number 2 last week, fell a spot after a tie to Westchester, but still, they are a top 5 team and a real hot commodity. Earlier this week, our own Allison Steinheiser got a chance to sit down with members of the 3rd-ranked Vulcan soccer team during the most recent edition of the Vulcan Sports Review, and Allison joins us at the sports desk with more on this story. Allison.
Athletics have a history of being some of the top teams in the nation. The women's soccer team is no different. The team was ranked 2nd in the nation entering last week before dropping to 3rd this week. I had the chance to talk to Coach Al Alvine and senior captain Kristen Orrit earlier this week about their thoughts on being ranked so high. Expectations were high coming into the season despite losing some key players.
The expectations were pretty high, I think, given the results and how far we made it last year in the conference and in the NCAA tournament. There were some concerns about maybe where the goals were going to come from, but the expectations were still high.
With so many seniors on the team, it is even more important to win now.
Especially as a senior coming into my final year, I know that this is my last chance and a lot of the girls' last chance at a conference championship, and having lost in the finals last year, I know we want it more than ever, so yeah, the expectations are very high.
You know, these players have developed over the last few years and really become, you know, if not the top team, then one of the top 2 teams in the region during the time they've been here. So, you know, hopefully the last progression here is winning the conference tournament and winning the region and hopefully making it to the Final Four.
For the full interview with Coach Alvine and Kristen Orrit, be sure to watch Vulcan Sports Review right here on CUTV. I'm Allison Steinheiser for CUTV News Center.
All right, thank you, Allison. While the women's team has been getting the attention on campus from their recent success, they aren't the only soccer team putting together a memorable season. The men's squad entered Wednesday night's nightcap with Gannon, ranked 21st in the nation and looking to improve with a win in a PSAC conference matchup. Let's take a look at these highlights back up at the Phillipsburg Soccer Complex, where you can see Scott Majeski sticking his hand out of the press box there. He had the call for the game, but it would be John Murphy finding Jamel Budar, and he would pass over to Eden Sarbic, as he would make it 1-0 in the second period. Teamwork and communication key there. Brad Colvin would get this throw in to Ian Cheek, and Cheek, look at the header, picking up his 2nd goal of the season to make it 2-0 Cal. Take another look at this one. An impressive throw-in, gets all the way to the PK line, and then Cheek's header. Absolutely perfect placement to give California the 2-0 lead. Faikau Bijion scores his 3rd goal of the season to give Gannon a 2-1 lead, or to give Cal a 2-1 lead, but it would not be enough as California would manage to hold on and claim yet another win here. They are ranked 21st in the nation after Cheek and Sabik both had a great goal. California climbing their own way through the NCSSA poll. They are 21st in the nation. You can see Roland's there. Roland at number 1. And Fort Lewis, Franklin Pierce, and PSAC rival Mercyhurst rounding out the top 4 there.